on multi-stream so we can see people talking to us. No, what's new with you?
Microphone is on.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 37 of Signal Boost.
Yeah.
We've jazzed up our set. Look at this. We got some bronze roosters today.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've never seen it before, Signal Boost is our show about Northern Nevada art and culture, and we film it here at the Generator. And I'm Jessie Sprocket, the communications director here at the Jenny.
I'm Alicia Dynamic, and I'm the education manager here at the Generator.
We've got 2 live interviews today, but first we're going to just go and do our little intro, what's new with you?
Yeah.
We just talk about what's new with us real fast.
What's new with us? Been doing more clowning.
Yep, we did a clown shoot, and now we're talking about going away for my birthday, which is the first day of spring.
Clown retreat.
A clown retreat.
We need a name for our clown troupe, so if you have a good suggestion, drop it in the chat.
Yeah. We like, what are we into? Desert Peaches, but I've heard that that's a little bit more burlesque feeling.
Fair.
Carnival Meats, which I'm still pretty into.
Yeah, carnival meat.
And Red Cheek Rodeo, but she doesn't like the word cheek.
I just think it's a weird word. Makes me uncomfortable.
But it's cute because it's like red cheek clown and also
It's
like
cute though.
little spanking reference. So I like that this is my move for spanking. So I don't know. I thought Red Cheek Rodeo was cute, but we'll keep trying. Hit us up in the chat and let us know what our clown troupe name should be. And also let us know if you think we should make an Instagram just for the clown troupe because we have a lot of photos and we don't have a lot.
I think we might both be maxed out on how many Instagrams
we're allowed to have. If you'd like to be an intern for our clown troupe and run our Instagram in exchange for free trips, free clowning trips.
Proximity to creepy,
It's not that
possibly
creepy.
sexy clowns.
More
That's
sexy.
what you're into.
Yeah. Rodeo
Subjective.
clown.
It's all subjective.
Yeah.
So.
It's just a bunch of 30-plus-year-old women getting dressed up like clowns. It's not a big deal.
A lot of moms.
A lot of moms. Gotta keep it interesting, you know.
You do.
So that's one thing that we're doing. And also, I just went to Disneyland for my daughter's 6th birthday. I was actually in LA this morning, but this is how dedicated I am to Signal Boost, guys. I'm here now. I did take a nap. It was a lot. It was a lot of 12-hour days of running around with my kid, and
Disney is a big effort.
Yeah. Man, there's some stories, but I'm not even going to get into them because we just don't need to go down that road. A lot of meltdowns and a lot of excrement.
Gross.
I have a 2-year-old.
Well, gross.
Yeah. Cassidy's new nickname is Poop Shoes. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, gross.
Mom life. Sexy clowns and other things.
This is why you have to dress up like a sexy clown. Sometimes you just
It's
wild
true.
out a little bit.
That's true. That's all that's really new with us, I guess. And then, of course, we've got the filming happening in the main space.
Yes.
And
speaking of Disney.
Yeah, speaking of Disney, they're right over there. And then that's going to be happening, and we are planning to open in April. So we're still on track for that. Everything's looking really good. And we are planning to have the flea market the last weekend in April. So it's going to be a May Day flea market. It's the April 30th, May 1st. So, workers of the world unite. Let's overthrow and all come together and get a little drunk and rowdy. Smash some cars, you know? It's going to be dope.
I heard there's going to be 8 cars stacked for Car Smash this year.
We're actually talking
It's
about...
a pyramid of cars. Carhenge.
We're talking about kind of like a car meat hook situation. You know, with the balls that it goes clack and then they hit.
Oh.
Super dangerous. But we're talking about hanging 4 to 5 cars from chains.
Sure.
Yeah. We'll see how it turns out. You never know. Last time we did 3 cars stacked on top of each other, so there's definitely going to be a inflatable slide into a ball pit. But you're going to have to take your battle jackets off before you go down the inflatable slide because we're not going to pay for damage. So there'll be a concierge service to hold your studded items.
It'll be like stud,
Yeah.
like assistants making sure. That
Maybe they're like leather folks and they like take, you know? I don't know. If you want to sign up for that as a volunteer job, we'll have that listed soon.
Our clown troupe will be there.
Maybe. Ooh, our big performance, our first big
Our
performance.
big debut.
Yeah. I just imagine.
We're gonna perform? We're really just more there to create a sort of vibe.
We'll see what happens. I think we could perform.
If you need clowns for your event to create a vibe.
Yeah, we gotta wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
All right,
Says wrap it
let's
up.
go. Let's go to our first. Also, big ups to our intern Alex. I really want to turn this so you can see him, but maybe we'll do it later.
He doesn't want you to see.
This is his second night, and he's doing a great job making it very professional here. It's only the second, yeah. Look, the first time doesn't count. You were sleeping on the couch. All right, let's get into our first. We have awesome interviews, and I don't want to miss any good bits because we always run out of time. So our first interview is with Susan. I'm like, oh god, that's her name, right? From Reno Gastro project, and she's here to talk about all the work that they're doing.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
First question: when did you start this?
Well, first introduce yourself.
Yes, please.
My name is Susan Abel, and I'm one of the co-founders of Reno Gastro Project, and I live here in Reno. I've been here since 2004.
Awesome. So what is the overall explanation of that project? For people who've never heard of it.
Yeah, pretty simple. We buy meals from local restaurants to provide to people facing food insecurity in our community.
That's awesome. How do you get the money to buy the restaurant meals?
So, well, you started to ask me when we launched.
Yes.
And that it's been just a year. We just had our 1-year anniversary on February 10th. And so so far we've just been fundraising through social media and word of mouth. So there's 4 of us on our team, and we're all, have other full-time day jobs. So, we don't have any paid staff or any super organized fundraising efforts beyond just, we're on Facebook and Instagram, and but we are talking about partnering with some folks to do some new fundraising. So I'm excited about that. But
Nice, super grassroots.
yeah,
What inspired you to start?
So this is a group. It started out as a work happy hour during the pandemic that whittled down to about 4 of us that stuck to the Friday night Zoom happy hours for for months on end, and we had heard about a similar effort in Spokane, Washington, and so I think a couple of weeks we just talked about it, and I have a friend who lived there, and that's how I connected to that effort through social media, and I was following it, and one night we were like, hey, first we were like, is anybody doing this in Reno? And so we started looking into what things were happening in Reno, and there's so much good stuff happening, but not exactly that. And so we said, let's do it. So we just looked into how to form an organization, and we just
You did it.
Yeah, we just did it.
That's awesome.
That's super rad. So you all are coworkers?
We are, yes. One of us is retired, lucky her, but we all work together in the same office. So.
Aw.
Yeah.
Must be a pretty good company if you all are doing this good work together. That's like what came out of your happy hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like so much better than what comes out of most people's work happy hours.
So it's very fortunate. I have a great day job and awesome coworkers. So.
Nice.
And there's also an element in this of like supporting the local economy, right? Like, isn't that
and that
as
was
well
for
to support the restaurants, because you guys started during the pandemic.
Yes.
Because like the choice to purchase the meals from restaurants is deliberate, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it is deliberate, and some restaurants try to give us a discount, and we try to insist that we pay,
Full
the
price.
menu price.
Wow.
And
Oh,
we're
cool.
tipping, on every order that
That's
we
interesting,
place. Yeah, so it's
I
definitely.
assumed they must have been giving you a discount too, but
Yeah.
that's cool that you guys are like, no, we're supporting you guys
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
That's dope.
Double whammy of support.
yeah,
So-
yeah, and that appealed to me, and a number of us involved had worked in restaurant business.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was in for over 15 years, so
Wow.
and I just can't imagine. I mean, I was in my 20s or late teens and through my 20s, early 30s, and I'm like, if there had been a pandemic, like I can't even imagine how I would have handled that
Yeah.
as a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Like I would have been totally unprepared, and so that was really important to us to try to keep supporting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How many restaurants have you guys ordered things from?
We are at 29 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Super
Yeah.
That's a lot more than I expected you to say.
Yeah, so
In
13.
Reno and Sparks, or has it just been in Reno so far?
No, I'm getting confused if,
Oh, it's okay.
yeah, we're looking at our next meal from M&M Southern Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
They're in Sparks.
Well, yeah, I saw.
Um,
Didn't you order from Carolina Barbecue one time?
we did, yes.
Yeah, that's
I know,
so great.
I always like, I don't even think about the line.
Yeah,
Reno
yeah,
and Sparks,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
We're not like tied to Reno,
Sure.
as far as we're concerned, Reno Sparks is one.
How do you go about distributing the meals?
So when we launched, we chose to support Eddie House, which
Oh,
is a
okay.
local organization
Yeah.
that serves at-risk youth, and so we
awesome.
did all of our outreach around that. We still have a campaign goal that we're working towards meeting, providing meals to them. All their meals are on a donation basis, so that's been really fun. We've gotten great food from all these restaurants and kind of eclectic, different things that we
Yeah.
always try to order things that, like we had Thai food one night and a lot of the kids had never had Thai food and,
Oh,
so try to get, try to be healthy or pretty healthy and
Mhm.
also mix it up.
some of these kids are getting exposed to cuisines they haven't been
Yeah.
exposed to. So that's
And,
cool.
and kind of cultures too,
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we did, for Christmas dinner, we did outreach through the Reno Sparks Mutual Aid Facebook group. And
Nice.
so we had, we worked with Casale's Halfway Club
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
and provided meals to 7 families. So that was just, people commented and that we just put out a post on Facebook like, hey,
Aw.
and they did actually donate a meal towards that, and we let them since it was Christmas. But
Like, I guess, too good on the
Mhm.
but
holidays.
we did a random selection, and we ended up feeding 7 families, total of
Awesome.
41 kids
Wow.
and adults. Yeah,
That's
awesome.
fantastic.
yeah. So
It's so cool. This just came out of an idea at a happy hour. Just some friends
Yeah.
sitting around. What a great lesson, dear viewer.
Let's do it,
2 more happy hours.
That's right, every-
Yeah, that's where all the good stuff happens. So, and then we're
Yeah.
just connecting. We're still getting to know all these local organizations. We've connected with another group, the Altrusa of Reno Sparks, and they have a newish campaign where they're going to hand out all kinds of hygiene and other just
Mhm.
supplies to people. They're calling it their Hotel Motel Project. So we joined them at one at the end of the year in December, and we handed out 50 meals to, and these are people who live in a hotel, low
Sure.
income people in our community, and we're going to be joining them one of the first weekends of March for another one of those events.
Nice.
So
Great.
yeah,
So if people want to help, how can they help? Donate money.
they can buy a meal through our website, the website's a great way.
It's at the bottom of the screen.
And
It's on the ticker.
you can actually, we just got set up with this 53555 and text the word Gastro, and you can donate that way.
Oh.
And I set that up like 2 days ago, so you could be our first text to
Put it in the
donate
chat.
donor.
5-3. Hold on.
53555.
53555.
We're trying to.
Next Gastro.
The intern's gonna put it in the chat.
In the chat. Cloudbot?
Oh
Moment.
no.
It's good. It's a good learning mode. for us all.
And then
We haven't really started we don't have any major kind of volunteer opportunities yet. We're hoping to get there. And I think, just starting in the pandemic, we,
keeping it small.
smart.
And
Yeah.
it's like the way that this is set up, it's kind of like not as labor intensive for the organizers because it's these restaurants that are doing all the
Right,
cooking. So
yeah.
that's kind of brilliant. Like so many, I feel like a lot of times they're looking for people to cook and things
Yeah,
like that
right,
for this. And
right.
you guys still need that because you're paying the
Yeah.
restaurants.
But yes, we hope to grow into that, and just so we can have more, just interactions with people, and,
Sure.
and something we want to do. And I think we're about there, but is speaking of happy hour, but maybe have some nights where we select like a local restaurant, and then we just call people out for a meetup, and
Yeah.
and so we can support the restaurant, and
Yeah.
also just get to know people and talk to them about what we're doing, and
That's awesome.
get their ideas on
Yeah,
what we could
like
be
how you
doing.
could expand or
Yeah.
improve
it's
the
a good idea.
process. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Have you
it's just
done work with like
But
mutual
then we'll
aid
ship on
or
everything.
this type of an organization in the past, or was this the first time for you?
This is really probably officially the first time for me. I mean,
That's cool.
I work in kind of the environmental conservation
sure,
field, and so,
So
I
that's
have
what
a
the office is
background
that you guys all work in.
there. Yeah, but my mom is really my influence, and she has done mutual aid in her community since I can remember.
Aw.
So she headed up her food pantry at her church for 30 years.
Wow.
So that happened, she started that when I was in high school, so I'd volunteer with her there.
Sure, so you've got a history.
She's always been helping people, but this is really my first kind of
So that's great.
effort at it. Yeah.
Nice.
See, if you've got a good idea, you can just go do it. Help some people. Now you guys have helped provided hundreds of meals.
Yeah.
But I love-
1,300 meals.
1,300.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you said this earlier, but I love that, because a lot of times you, like Food Not Bombs or whatever, you're kind of like making food and it's like home cooked meal, which is awesome. Like home cooked meal is great, but there's something super nice too about like getting this like restaurant, like fancy
Yeah, it's gotta be
food.
good.
Yeah, it's gotta
It
feel
is.
like really, like, like, I don't know, humanizing and celebratory and good and fun. Yeah.
Well, like a luxury that's often
Yeah.
denied
Yeah.
folks that are,
Exactly.
struggling financially. So
Yeah.
much is around just subsistence or the bare minimum. So it's like cool to see the rise of things that are saying like, people that just because you're struggling financially doesn't mean you don't deserve to have some of the same
Yeah.
luxuries
Yeah.
Exactly.
most
absolutely.
people enjoy.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Same. Okay, what's the number one more time? 5
The
3. Yeah.
text to donate.
Yeah.
53555 and text the word gastro,
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
which
Now
my
we
kids
know.
think is really weird. They're like, "Why did you choose that?" And I'm not even exactly sure, but
I
it
don't
is
know.
what
I
it
think
is,
it like
so.
I think it makes sense because it has that like air of that it being more than just food, like for like what we're talking about, like
Yeah.
it being more about just like here's food to like keep you alive. It's like food for you to enjoy.
Yeah. Are there any like specific stories or moments that has really like stuck out to you in the last year that you would like to share with everybody?
Yeah, I've had some cool moments. Let's see, what's a good one to share? I mean, every time I've gone to Eddie House, and I see the kids there. I mean, I have teenagers, so I think that some of those just even nonverbal interactions have been very impactful for me because I think about, my own kids, and they're at that age where I could, they could go a lot of different ways in their life, so, just knowing that those kids are they have a mom, and just being able to do something nice
Yeah.
for kids, and also just being happy to see that they are in a place where they're getting such good care and all the resources and information they're getting from Eddie House. So,
We
but
have some really great organizations here in Reno with Eddie
Yeah,
House
absolutely.
and the Reno Initiative. And we have a
But
lot
it's
of,
always each personal interaction. So, like I said, Eddie House, sometimes that's a couple of people. the Christmas meals. We met 5 of the families at Casales, but a couple of them needed food delivered to them, and one woman who I delivered to her son and daughter-in-law were coming home from the NICU. Their daughter was born in August, like 3 pounds, and they live in the hotel downtown. And and she said, they wouldn't have had like this holiday meal. I heated it up at my house for her because they couldn't even
heat anything up.
So so that was pretty amazing. I mean, there's a lot. Every time I get to talk to somebody, it's very rewarding. So
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I love that.
So do you have any suggestions if you were to someone who has an idea for like a mutual aid or other type of charitable organization and that they want to get started? Do you have any suggestions for them?
Yeah, so just find your partnership. If you're going to start a nonprofit, I think we needed 4 of us basically to form a board. But don't let it overwhelm you and think that it's too big of a project. But find those people who have like that common objective, common values with you, and just go do it. And I mean, there's so much information online. I mean, we literally I did all the paperwork to set us up as an official nonprofit. And
So you guys are a 501c3?
we are a
That's
501c3.
awesome.
Yeah. So
Tax deductible?
1 year in and you're already got your nonprofit status. You've served 1,300 meals. That's amazing.
and reach out to other people. I did that early on. Reached out to a few different people who were doing similar things, and everybody is so grateful. I mean, you can call me if you have ideas that you want to explore, and we have a great community here in Reno. So
We
We
do.
do, yeah.
I just encourage you to go for it. There's nothing to lose. So,
Do the thing.
yeah.
What's a good email for you?
So it's info@renogastroproject.org.
Cool. Don't get nervous. Just send an email. I think that's a good first step for people. It's like, okay, put your ideas down into an email and ask for help, and it'll turn into something great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being here and
Yeah,
telling us
thanks
about
for
the work
having
you're doing.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
this is
That's
great.
amazing.
And I look forward to touring in there when Disney
Oh,
is
yes.
out.
We look forward to that
Come
as
back
well.
to the grand opening. Yes.
Yeah, maybe we could work together, partner, and maybe we could do some sort of like,
We do fundraisers.
yeah, fundraiser. I was also even thinking, there's a lot of houseless folks that live in this neighborhood, and
Yeah.
maybe we could even just do like a thing where we give out food or something
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah,
That'd
we
be
could buy
really
food
cool.
and hand it out here.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I would love
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Yeah, we really want to, connect with everybody that's living around here, so
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
you're
do
down.
it.
Cool. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Well,
Thanks
thanks
so
so
much.
much for taking the time.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
you're
yes,
good.
by all means.
We gotta have a cool song. All right, our next
Right.
guest. Yeah, you ready, Hazel? Come on over,
So
Hazel.
come on down, our next guest.
Ta-da!
Hi.
Yes, we have matching shoes.
Ooh. Oh, I almost wore my Vans.
Oh, similar Chucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
fair. How do I have to get closer? Does this feel okay?
You're fine.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome. Our next guest is Hazel from Black Botanical Press. I really want to say
Nailed it.
Black Rock every time. It's hard for me.
It's common to this area to have things named that, so
I
I
know.
understand.
It's my
confusion.
struggle. Yeah. I love your stuff. It's so beautiful.
Thank you.
And I was reading your website. Well, first of all, can you introduce yourself and let everybody know?
I'm Hazel. Hi. Hey. I just recently started this business, Black Botanical Press, pretty much just out of like my creative outlet of pressing plants and putting them in picture frames and stuff. Yeah.
You found that so what you do with Black Botanical though is a lot of preservation of people's like special occasion flowers.
Yeah,
and
that's
things that have
like-
a memory associated with them.
Exactly, like special events, weddings, funerals, birthdays. That's where like the main money comes in.
Yeah.
And then I just do like little art pieces on the side for farmers markets and stuff. So
Cool.
yeah, it's been good.
Nice. And I was reading on your website that you were just like, you loved flowers and you didn't see a lot of like the death of flowers, right? And you were like, oh, mostly it's like all, you know, florals and arrangements and stuff like that, but not
Yeah.
necessarily like how beautiful they are afterwards, and then like turning them into art and saving them for
Yeah,
saving their memories. So I just thought that was like such a cool take on it.
definitely. I think what really like brought that thought to fruition is I was a event florist, so doing a lot of weddings and like huge business corporation parties, and just seeing the amount of waste, like these beautiful flowers that are still perfectly good are just like being thrown away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna take them home, and they just would like dry, and I was like, like they're still beautiful.
What can I do?
Yeah. So
Man, that makes me want to like make a weird flower nonprofit where we then like deliver those flowers, you know?
We would when we like had the time and we weren't slammed. We would deliver them to hospitals or stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome.
but I don't think it happened nearly enough to like
Yeah, sure.
actually help that waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be a huge amount
So
of like
much.
churn. Of that
Not only
goes-
flowers, but like all the plastic, the food,
Yeah.
like events and weddings are
packaging.
like insanely wasteful.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
Things maybe we can improve on in the
Yes.
world. Especially, did you do a lot of casino stuff? Are you from Reno?
Yeah, I'm from Reno. Grew up here. Went to high school here. We did do a lot of casino stuff. Yeah, that's where like a lot of big businesses would have their
Conference and stuff.
shindigs.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm like, I'm just picturing like,
You're thinking about the
yeah,
flowers.
pulling all the petals out and doing like crazy photo shoots with just like a sea of petals.
Ooh, definitely.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Tough Peach, what's up? She's gonna be on next week.
Oh yeah.
That's really rad. So what's the process of pressing them?
So pretty much you want the flower at its freshest in its life stage, just for the color to not fade, but it'll work whenever. But you just take your flower. I use watercolor paper because it absorbs the moisture, because a lot of the time you can get mold or just like it turns out more brown than you would like. So I use watercolor paper, and then my partner Zach, he builds camper vans for a living, and so he has a lot of extra wood to use. So we just made a shit ton of flower presses out
No,
of
you're
it.
good.
No, you
You
can
can tell
swear
her.
all the time.
Cool.
We'll bleep it out later.
Definitely not. It's live.
So yeah, we just made a bunch of flower presses, and you just like screw them down, and you want to have a lot of weight on top of it so they're nice and flat, because if they're not, air can get in and they'll start to dry up and kind of shrivel, and so they won't look the same if it's like completely flat.
Do you put stuff on top of the presses?
No, they're
You
They
just
just screw
use
them.
like the
Little thumb screws, the little
winged.
wing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems to work good enough. So
How many flower presses do you have?
I think I have 5 right now. I'd started off using books because
Mhm,
that's accessible.
sure.
Anybody can use books if you're at home wanting to do that.
I'm gonna try
Just stack up some heavy books, folks.
Yeah, just like put as much weight as you can find on your book, and that works too. But I ran out of books, so I was like,
Fair.
yeah,
And then once you're done pressing them, how long do they stay in the press for?
about a month.
Wow.
I think our climate you can get away with like 2 to 3 weeks, but I just play it safe and let them stay in there for a long time.
Yeah, we must have the best climate for this work.
Definitely. Yeah.
Nice.
I would
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah, I started pressing in Washington. That's where I went to school.
Yeah.
And just all the nature around there is like so inspiring, and I didn't really have any problems up there
Sure.
either, but I didn't really know what I was doing. So
What'd you go to school for?
sustainable agriculture.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I read that on your site too.
Yeah, I went to this little hippie college with no grades and no tests, and I just got to like work on a farm, and it was amazing.
That sounds like the dream.
It was the dream. Yeah.
What was your favorite part about doing that?
Oh man, I think the people I met were amazing, and they really changed my perspective on a lot of things. So I think it really shaped me for like what I stand for right now and who I am as a person. But just like learning how to grow flowers and food like changed my life forever, and like how to like really care for the soil and all the bugs and the worms. Yeah.
I
So
love that. You're like a steward of the earth.
I love the
That's the
worms.
goal.
Do you garden?
I do. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, we just moved into a big house. Well, not a big house. A house with a big
With
yard.
a yard, yeah.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of seedlings started, and
Oh my god, do I have to start my
No, we
siblings
need to get
already?
on it. We need to get on it.
yeah, I mean, better.
Oh,
Better,
it's true.
I've been
need
having
to.
dreams about it because I know that I'm late. I'm like a couple weeks
Oh my
later.
god.
Depends on where you're growing. I feel like you're pretty safe for most things.
Yeah.
Like
My tomatoes are never ready in time.
I have so much work to do in my garden right now. I keep putting it off, which only makes
It's
it
time.
worse.
It's
That's
time.
like.
But then I
do
also
things
keep
way too
seeing
early.
the memes about how I shouldn't be pulling all my plants out right away.
Definitely.
Let the bugs have a chance to get
That's true.
through their
But
bullshit.
you need to plant your seeds for.
I do need to plant my
Yeah.
seeds. But I want to give now that's my excuse. You posted that.
I did
Being
post
like,
that.
let the bugs alone, and I was like, perfect.
Fine.
This is just what I needed
Yeah,
to
but you put the
alleviate my
seedlings in
guilt.
little peat pots.
No, the seedlings I need to start. I just mean that my garden is like a total disaster because I haven't pulled out all my summer plants and
That's
they're just
totally
dead
fine.
everywhere.
Yeah, the bugs love that.
They do,
It's fine.
and I love the bugs, so
Exactly.
it's
It's a
gonna be
win-win
fine.
situation.
It's a win-win.
Clearly. I'm just
Bug
Bug tattoos.
tattoos.
More bug tattoos. Yes.
I'm
I'm actually saying, I'm like wondering how many bug tattoos can one person have?
I actually just bought some humanely sourced butterfly wings
Ooh,
off of the internet, so I'm gonna try
Nice.
and incorporate those soon
dope.
That'd be
with
beautiful.
some flowers. Yeah.
So how do you usually present them? How do you put them all together?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, sorry.
After you
The
press it, what
flowers,
happens
you press
next?
them
Uh-huh.
for people,
And
and then you
then-
create an art piece for
So
folks.
usually my next step is to go to a thrift store and find some really cool frames.
Cool frames from the
some
thrift
vintage
store.
frames.
Yes.
And depending on how good they are, I usually paint them or spruce them up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of channel my like florist background
Mhm.
and arrange a little thing, or even just have like one statement flower is
Mhm.
like really beautiful too. So
Mhm.
it just depends on my mood.
Depends on the material you're working with.
Yeah.
That's
That
cool.
Do you have a lot of customers, that come to you and they're like, I know I want my wedding bouquet or I want my boutonniere or whatever, and
Mhm.
then you just go and they give you like artistic license and then you just make a thing?
Pretty much. I ask them like if they want it pressed or air dried, or like if they want it in abstract style or more traditional to like resemble the bouquet itself, and then I pretty much just take it from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was gonna comment on your necklace. Is that a rough?
It
is.
definitely is.
Creation,
It
yeah.
definitely is.
Yep.
Recognize that.
Yep. She's
Um,
the best.
She
Yes.
is, yeah. I'm really loving the barbed wire embroidery and now it's like starting to trend.
Very cool.
It's dope.
Very cool.
That's cool.
Are there any projects that you did that you super loved that were just like, that's your favorite thing you've ever made?
So I recently got a commission for Great Basin Apothecary. It's out in either, I think it's Fallon or Fernley, I get them mixed up. But
Me
she's
too.
a new business out there. She wanted me to commission a 16 by 20 shadow box, which is like pretty big.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
pretty big.
this big. And I hadn't done one that big before.
Mm.
And so I was stoked. It's like a all black frame, and then I just used all of the leftover flowers I had from all of my previous commissions,
Cool.
and it just came together so beautifully. I'm very proud of it.
That's awesome.
Is it gonna be, they're gonna hang it up at the farm?
At
In
the
the
farm.
shop,
Oh, the
Yes.
shop. The
the
shop.
apothecary.
Apothecary.
Yes. But it's hanging up there already.
Cool.
Yeah.
We
When
should
we
have
go
them
out
on
there.
show.
we should
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wonder if it's Fallon or Fernley.
I think it's Fallon.
Yeah,
Fallon
Fallon
has
is
more cool stuff. I feel like.
Well, Fernley's awesome too.
Well, isn't Fallon where like the Churchill
Yes,
is there?
yes. Fallon is where Oats Park is.
Oats
and,
Park.
And Fallon has the Cantaloupe Festival
Mhm.
and a lot of cute stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fernley has a beautiful skate park that was painted by
No
Bryce
way.
Chisholm.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's really dope and colorful.
I should check that out.
Oh
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah, it's super dope. Maybe if we are able to take a tour later, he has a mural in the generator.
Very cool.
Yeah. What advice would you give? This is just our standard. We always ask this question. What advice would you give somebody who wants to get into flower and botanical work?
I think my best advice is to stay conscious about where you're getting your flowers from. If that's really important to you, like to have a low carbon footprint and support your local flower farmers, then you should pay attention to that. Also, it's problematic when people go out and harvest a bunch of wildflowers
Sure.
just to press them, so I would say stay conscious of that. Yeah.
Do you have, I mean, it sounds like you'd be somewhat knowledgeable about that. Like, do you have any local flower resources that you would recommend as being particularly conscientious in that regard?
Earth and Seeds.
Okay.
She is like a local urban micro flower farm here in
Cool.
Reno. She has really beautiful stuff. Petals and Pages flowers. She grows amazingly beautiful things. She's out in Fallon too.
Cool.
Um,
Not that way. That's awesome.
there's more.
No, I mean, that's
Those
great.
are my main go-tos though, just because I really love what they do. They really pay attention to the soil health and use regenerative practices, and
Awesome.
they're just very good at what they do.
Man, I want to have you come over. I have like a tiny, like almost 2-acre little farmstead. Yeah,
Yay.
and I put a bunch of cover crop this year and nothing came up. Then
Interesting.
like hoping that it's fine. And there's hella worms in there. I think it's
That's
fine.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's always a good
I
sign.
want to come over and check out some dirt.
I
would
like look at
love
my
to
soil.
Go
Look
down
at my-
farms and
Tell us
just-
how bad our soil is.
Yeah.
Maybe it's good.
The only problem is my chickens are always in there trying to eat all the worms. But then they're
Yeah.
also kind of,
If they're like pooping and
Yeah.
like if they don't eat all the worms, I think that's fine. Because their feet will like kind of till up the soil too a little bit. So
I think it's working together.
yeah,
We'll see.
cute.
Yeah, but they eat everything then. They eat it up.
The chickens, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't watching my goats and they ate a bunch of my new trees.
Wow.
No.
Yeah,
That's sad.
they ate like the entire coniferous tree. So I don't know if it's gonna come back.
R.I.P. R.I.P. little buddy.
Yeah, but thanks for City of Reno for doing a really cheap tree project. So just get another one next year.
Nice. There you go.
And my goats are
Thanks for
happy.
feeding the goats.
Yeah.
Coniferous trees.
Okay, if people want to find out how to get work created by you and commission a worker, or also you are at farmers markets and stuff too. So do you have some stuff on your website that is already pre-made?
I do, yeah. I just kind of organized my website, so if you go into the shop tab, that's everything that's pre-made. It's for sale. You can just buy it there. Or you can always like DM me on Instagram, email me. I'm always open for commissions, making
Cool.
whatever your heart desires.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
apparently, you don't even have to provide the flowers, right? So people can understand that if they just want, like you did for the apothecary. So it's not
Yeah.
only people that have flowers they want preserved. If they just wanted like a piece of botanical art, some of your best work is created, and people just go, "Make me a thing." So
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe a new
that
restaurant.
sounds like
Yeah.
A new shop in town, a new boutique hotel that wants to freshen up their rooms with
Definitely.
there's a lot of
locally
potential here.
sourced. Yeah,
It's forever lasting flowers. Like,
Yeah.
who doesn't love that?
Right.
I do love that. I had fake flowers for my wedding from Alicia.
They were Halloween flowers from the dollar store.
Nice.
They had eyeballs in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are in a cabinet in my living room.
They do
so
last
they
forever
are
because they
lasting
are
forever.
plastic.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Just fit with the theme, you know.
Nice.
For
Well,
real.
thanks so much for being here. It's really
Absolutely.
lovely to chat with you and talk
Great
plants
meeting you guys.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope you come by our farm sometime.
Yeah, that would be awesome, honestly.
She's a rancho.
Oh, cool.
She's rancho. I'm
That's
farm.
awesome.
I have a greenhouse though, so
Yeah, she's got
Nice.
40 acres. Yeah.
That's so cool. Do you have cows?
no cows.
It's
Okay.
mostly rocks
It's
and
mostly
snakes.
hill,
It's a
lots of
mountain.
snakes.
She owns a
Ooh.
mountain.
I have
Pack
some
rats?
toads, pack rats,
Ooh.
mostly rabbits though.
Minus
Okay.
RIP 2 chickens.
10 chickens now. Used to be 12.
Oh, I thought you.
Coyotes.
For a second, I thought you were saying that you lost 10. I was like,
Oh, no.
whoa.
I'm down to 10
That would
from
be a major
12.
loss.
But
What
yeah,
happened?
we think it was an owl. I think it was a great horned owl.
That's just the circle of
Oh,
life,
yeah.
isn't it?
They come and sit on my telephone pole sometimes.
Yep, they're
Just
there.
take a look.
They're out there.
It's kind of cool.
Because when my husband was like putting more netting up, like one flew, like a gray horned owl, like flew over, like really low, like
Scoping it out.
buzzed the coop when he was like fixing the cover. So he was like, I bet it was that one. Because they're like that. When I was growing up, we had guinea fowl, and we had a dozen of them, and one got picked off like every couple nights until there was
maybe
none.
that's what
And the one
happens.
that they left was white. The last one was a plain white one, and we were like, well, that was probably what they used to spot the flock. They're smart like that, you know.
Yeah.
So they like left the bright white one for last. 'Cause it was like the spotter.
Because that was like the flashlight.
And then that one we like put in somewhere, and we had it for a little while, but hard to keep though because they fly and they do their thing, do their own thing.
It's
Guineas.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's very cool though.
Maybe that's what happened to my male guinea fowl. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Be gone. Sperm life, you know about
It's
it.
vicious out here in the
It
desert
is
when
really
you bring
hard.
in spherical meat animals to just live and be very stupid and vulnerable. Like
Yeah,
there's
it's
so many
gonna happen.
predators out there. Like
But hey, you fed an owl, so
yeah, so that's cool.
that's cool.
Well, we fed a lot of animals
Yeah.
this morning.
We're feeding.
Circle of life.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you,
And we'll keep checking on the work that you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's awkward. It's an awkward transition. Now you just have to shovel on out.
All right.
All right.
Maybe we'll have like I don't know what we'll do.
Needle or
Suggestions?
Keyboard cat plays you out.
A keyboard? Yeah. Maybe someone that comes in and they're like, it's time to go now. And they like
So with an
leave them.
instrument, maybe someone could play like a violin.
Organ. You said there was an organ.
There is an organ.
We'll
I
have
don't know
an
if it
organ
works.
player in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Hi guys. We're still live, yeah?
44.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Well, let's go to Instagram Roundup. If you could switch me over there and then I can just scroll it. Hello.
Just
Hi.
gonna scroll it. We're gonna do it
Do you guys like the new setup?
live.
Look, I really like this.
Cattails.
Move further away.
The mouse.
Oh,
What?
Sorry.
I'm trying to give you your Instagram. Okay, there we go.
I really want to turn this so you guys can see Alex. Maybe we'll just make him come over here.
I'm just gonna push the buttons.
We need an intern for our intern.
If you'd like to apply to be
now
our
you're on
intern's intern,
Instagram Roundup.
we're
Go
taking
ahead.
a resume.
Resumes. All right. I didn't really select a lot of things for Instagram Roundup this week, and by a lot of things I mean I selected none because I was traveling.
I have the hiccups.
Okay, don't speak. But I was like thinking we can just look at some cool things on the internet together, like we usually do. And one of the awesome things is the Trenton Punk Rock Flea Market, which is
Very cool.
where I came up with. I mean, they came up with the idea first, and then
Trenton was the original?
Trenton's the one that I first heard about. Trenton and Philadelphia.
Philly is the first one.
Yeah, but I'm from Jersey.
I know.
So if you're in Jersey, it's gonna be dope, and they're really cool, and this is the inspo for us. But also I want to talk about our flea, so I'm going to launch the vendor application I think this week. So for all of you that have been like hounding and you really want to get in, that'll go live, and then you can sign up for the flea market.
Yeah, so keep an eye on
Yes.
socials this week.
We're also still looking for bands, and we're definitely still looking for headliners. So, because we've had to change the date twice now. It's April 30th and May 1st. So if you're interested and your band wants to play, we actually have like more money than before, and we're down to pay for play. I don't know about that.
Music.
Yeah. Oh look, this is our post. It looks
Beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, we should just show your flowers really fast.
Yeah, let's look at them.
Yeah, we need
We need
that.
it.
Yeah, 'cause we didn't get to see anything.
I know.
Beautiful.
Stunning. Ta-da. The ferns.
Yes, the ferns are my favorite.
And the
But I have to,
shadows.
You really stay so vibrant.
Yeah, there's no friends
There's
there.
no ferns here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of ferns at my house if you ever need some.
Ooh, okay. Very cool.
Ooh, maybe that'll be my new thing. I'll become a fern grower.
Yeah,
Fern.
that'd be awesome.
Ferns are like terrible to grow though.
I know, but I have 3 of them.
They're
now.
so messy. I had one for a while and it just like,
Everyone's obsessed
Constantly.
with these guys.
oh yeah, they're beautiful.
The hellebores.
Earth and seeds, I
Yep.
see there.
Yep.
Very cool.
Little informational. That's how I do it.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Wow.
Look at how flat it is.
Yep. Yeah, those press really well. They're not too thick and they're not too thin. So
Mhm.
it's like the sweet spot.
They're beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna commission you to make one from the farm.
Ooh, look at
Ooh.
that.
Nice, I love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've got like German chamomile and a
Nice.
bunch of rue that I have my rue tattoo on my leg. Be cool.
Love it.
Rue is the flower that in Lithuania, where my family's from, you put it in your bridal crown.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's traditional stuff.
Hmm.
Tiny baby flowers. Ta-da.
That's
It's so
beautiful.
relaxing.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
So
very
for the
soothing.
next 20 minutes, we'll just watch these videos.
These are very satisfying videos
They are.
of flower pressing.
Yeah. Ah, this one. Okay.
Beautiful.
All right. We can't watch this forever, but did you just
Can't
thrift
we?
this? You thrifted this?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
It's from, that frame is from Junkies. It has a twin that's the same. I haven't put them
Nice.
for sale yet because I think I'm going to do like a project with them. But soon.
I love them.
I love both Christine and Tough Peach. Like
It's like our homies being like, oh my
small
God.
world.
Yeah. Well, you
We
know,
all know each other.
people
right
love
now.
flowers. It's all of our friends are super soft flower lovers.
It's true.
The pine cones is great too.
Yeah, that was a cute one.
Nice. All right.
Gorgeous.
Going with it.
Oh, there's Rhiannon
I know.
holding a baby crocodile.
Yeah. She's been
She's a
traveling.
local artist, does watercolors, beautiful
Mhm.
work.
Sometimes.
She's vended at the generator several times.
Yep, and she teaches watercolor classes here and at a few different places around
Mhm.
town.
You can just scroll Instagram and narrate it.
Yeah.
Who the hell are they?
This is the guy that did the Audi Boulevard and the
Oh,
generator mural out
There you
front.
go.
Yeah.
He did the generator.
Yeah.
Nice.
Zakia's.
Zakia, we just
yeah.
interviewed her a few weeks ago.
Yep. And she made this piece for Valentine's Day from that Diplo song, you know?
Cool.
You know that song? You stay on my mind. Never.
I'm
So-
sure that I know it. No, if it's a Diplo song, I just don't know what the actual words are. But if you played it, I'd recognize
Isn't this the
it.
spoken
Is it
word?
Spoken word?
Yeah, spoken word. There you
Yeah, and they had like a Valentine's Day.
go. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that I didn't go to that.
Can you talk more? I know you're always raving about it because you really
Well, I haven't been to this. I just really like spoken word poetry,
Mm.
so I really want to go to more events.
And I think this Shim's Surplus Supplies,
Mm-hmm.
which I haven't been there yet either. So
It's very cool.
is it really cool? I'm low key intimidated by it because you have to like enter through the back, and just that little bit makes me like feel weird.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not a
I
big
get
deal.
that, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
It's just a back entrance
yeah,
to be
Okay.
cool.
You'll be fine.
yeah. Oh, because this is the weekly open mic that's on Mondays.
Yeah.
Nice. We gotta go.
I want to go.
Gonna go and film it. Yeah, maybe next
week.
Valentine's Day.
More flowers. Ooh,
Pineapple
pineapple
pedicabs.
pedicabs. Doing some cute date options. Check them
And
out. Oh, they
wedding.
did a cute
Yeah.
wedding.
We interviewed Jamie a while
So
ago
if,
too.
yeah, we did. We interviewed her not even that long ago.
Yeah, she's gonna go to Key West on vacation soon. Fun fact. Fun fact. Artful Play, which I actually want to have them on the show too. She does at the farmers market. She does art stuff for kiddos.
Cute.
Yeah, hands-on art things.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of really cool ideas in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice from the Reno Beach Shop.
It's a great spot.
You gotta have Tina on too. Lots of different artists.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we
Ooh,
talked about.
Pine Nut.
Yeah, we talked about this last week too, but it's really cool.
Yeah, keep your eye out for these around town if you haven't seen them yet. All these
Yeah.
artist billboards around town. A lot of really great local artists got to participate in this project
Mhm.
via the Holland Project. Got to create these billboards just to beautify the city and like.
Yeah, and it's through Reno City Art and Culture grant, which we got one for our zine project too. And then Sarah Jean made this beautiful, like I don't even know, it's like mixed media, because I think in the background, well, whatever, like a painting illustration of all the tribes here in our area. So and just like helping there be more representation. for
She is
people.
Paiute.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, and also that Holland is taking submissions for these billboards too, and they have like a group that.
Oh, I
is
didn't realize they were
curating
still
it.
taking submissions.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I'm gonna
put in your submissions.
Yeah, I'm gonna submit a photo.
It's dope.
Oh man, there's one.
It's a really cool project because billboards and huge public advertisements in general are horrible.
Yeah,
They're a blight on our collective consciousness. So
it's true. And
more
these
of
are,
this, please.
Yeah, these are in great locations. Like one's over by the pretzel shop, Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Over by
you
the
say.
2nd Street Walmart. Yeah.
Nice.
Over there. And then there's the other, where's the other one? Oh, there's one on Keystone that I pass all the time.
Is that Nathaniel's?
I don't know. It was a photo for a while.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's a really cool project. And then talking about the Reno art and culture, we have our zine sessions
Zine
coming up.
sessions.
And the first one is
Thursday.
next
February
Thursday,
24th.
and then the following Saturday. And these are free. We make a community zine together. We have all the supplies, and you just come in and make art with us. It's really chill, and then we take all of the art that's created and put it into a magazine. And now we're going to start this new thing where we have free release parties. So when we print the zine, we're going to have like a big party at Hub, and every quarter we'll have a giant party where people will come and get to read their art and talk about their art and drink coffee and just connect with one another. So don't be intimidated. Come make art with us.
This is the easiest
it's
way
really
to
easy.
make art.
It's
and
really
the
easy.
magazines are really beautiful. They are printed really beautifully, and
Yeah.
you'll feel good seeing your art in there. So
And you
come
can.
do it.
It could really be anything. It could be poetry. It could be prose. It could be a memoir. It could be a collage of things you cut out from other magazines, or just like a
It
cartoon
can be digital
that you
art,
draw.
right? Like some people submit just digital art. You can
Or a
just
photo.
submit it. You don't even have to come to the night. You can also just submit it via email.
Yes, or you can come drop it off here. And the other thing too is now it's bilingual, so it's in Spanish and English. And if you don't speak Spanish, it's chill. We'll translate it for you. But if you do speak Spanish, please submit your art in Spanish. We want to make it accessible for all peoples. That's pretty much it. That's all I really got this week.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
And next week it's Tough Peach,
Yeah.
who is an amazing photographer and photographed us as clowns
She's an official photographer of the clown troupe.
of Carnival Meet, the clown troupe. Well, have a great night, everybody. I'm going to let Alex have control of the mouse again. And thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys. See you next week.
See you next week.